Hello guys, welcome back to another FIFA 21 video. Today I'm going to show you this best trading methods, players to invest in and players to snipe. All of that during team of the season, which is starting this Friday all the way up to about a month or so, maybe even a bit longer, maybe a bit shorter, but I think it might actually be a bit longer than a month, or roughly a month for the entire team of the season sort of period. So this trading method applies for the entire team of the season. So whenever you're watching this, this trading method will be working still there. Basically, it's actually very simple. Pretty much the main sort of basic idea is players that are going to be in team of the season, and obviously they will rise in price. They're not going to be in packs, and they may their price obviously will be affected by team of the season. If I give a very quick example, Bruno Fernandes, 87 rated, obviously very good fodder. A lot of people will need him for fodder for SBCs. There's obviously tons of SBCs come out when team of the season comes out. There's team of the season upgrade where you get like a guaranteed Premier League player pack. There's certain player SBCs, such as say Bruno got a player SBC. Obviously, I don't think he will. He's not the type of player that would get a player SBC. But say he did, and say you had to maybe put in an 88, an 89, a 90 squad, I don't really know, to complete Bruno Fernandes and get a team of the season card. That's the kind of thing you need for fodder, and there is a lot of that during team of the season. Obviously, there's a new team of the season squad every single week. The first one, I'm not sure, it might be community squad, it might be the EFL Championship. I'm not actually sure what the first one is yet. But obviously Premier League will come out a little bit later, and at the end they do the ultimate squad, but there's even more SBCs that come out, which is really, really good for team of the season, to get loads of fodder, to get loads of players, and to get really, really good end game players from team of the season. So that's why fodder, high rated players, and also players that are guaranteed to be in team of the season are very good to invest in and snipe right now. So yeah, pick either high rated fodder or players that will be in team of the season. They actually sometimes crossover as well, such as Bruno. He's really good for fodder and really good to be in team of the season as well, so he's obviously a good example to go with. There's so many players that will be in team of the season and will be needed for fodder. If I give Pogba for example, he probably might get a team of the season, or guaranteed he'll get a team of the season, but either way he's high rated, very cheap for his price, and a lot of people will need him for fodder, so he can be a very good one to invest in. Obviously investing is slightly risky. Don't invest if you don't feel like you're safe spending your coins on all these players, and don't just spend like millions or loads of coins and then realising that they haven't risen in price and you're wasting your money. Obviously it is risky, but it does pay off, and I am taking that risk. I think it would definitely be worth it. So Pogba is another example. Obviously if I search for Pogba here, you can see there's probably quite a lot on the market. He's not very expensive at all right now, his gold card, roughly 50k you can probably get him up for now. And that is very good fodder, 86 rated. And it's very good for SBCs as well, because he's French and from the Premier League, which really, really does help. So nation and league is very important as well. There's tons of examples here. Most Salah will probably get a team, definitely will get a team of the season as well. De Gea might be quite a good example. He's actually very high rated, 86, and because he's a goalkeeper, it makes him much cheaper, which is very, very useful for fodder. Spanish and from the Premier League really, really helps as well. And he probably won't get a team of the season though, but will be very useful for SBCs. So just pretty much players that will be in team of the season and players that will be more useful for fodder. The safer method is going for the players that will be more useful in fodder, because it's obviously not 100% guaranteed who's going to be in team of the season. But if you definitely think you know who might be, so such as some obvious players such as Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, ones that will almost definitely be in team of the season, can be very good to go with. I'm trying to think of more sort of 86 fodder. The best fodder is usually sort of 86 plus for team of the season. They're quite expensive, some of the SBCs for team of the season, so 86, 85 maybe at minimum is sort of the players you'll be needing. So I recommend just walk out and above. 85 plus is perfect. I wouldn't go too high, there's not really many players you can buy which are too high anyway. So pretty much 85, 86 plus is perfect for fodder, and some of those players will even get team of the season as well, which is sort of just a bonus as well you get. I don't really think I can think of any examples off the top of my head. Actually I do have one, Biscuits and PK. 87 rated Biscuits, one of the cheapest players in the game because he's so bad in the game. No one uses a player with 42 pace, let's be honest, especially in CDM. So he's actually a very good one. You can see how cheap he is, 35k, 30k probably you can get him for. And he's Spanish and from Barcelona, so from the La Liga, which is really, really useful. CDM, which is a very central position, really good for SBCs as well. So he's a very good player to invest in, and definitely will be very useful. 87 rated is very useful for a lot of SBCs that will be coming out during team of the season. PK is another example, obviously Spanish and from Barcelona once again, and very similar to Biscuits. No one really uses him that much because he's quite slow, so he's very good. 86 rated as well, so very good for fodder there. Let's see, he's actually rising in price a little bit, but he's still not that expensive. It's up to you whether you want to go with PK or not. I would think PK is a little bit more riskier, but you can go for him if you think he'll be worth it and rise in price. as we have seen in the past, he does rise in price a lot. PK did go up to 70k for certain SBCs for a little bit of time, so that definitely might be worth it if you're taking that risk. That's everything for this video. Pretty much just giving you a guide on how you can sort of make a lot of coins during team of the season, all the way through team of the season from the first squad comes out and right until the end squad, even until the last SBC goes. Yeah, so pretty much just invest in high rated fodder and players that will be in team of the season, and make sure to snipe those players as well, and you'll be good to go. That's going to be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, it really helps me out, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.